Since Title 42 ended in May, the Biden administration has taken credit for an unexpected drop in illegal border crossings.
When we moved forward with a plan, right, a plan of deterrence, diplomacy, and also enforcement with how we were going to move forward after Title 42 was lifted, we actually saw the numbers go down.
We have seen since the end of Title 42, that public health authority, May 12th, we've seen an approximately 65% drop in the number of people encountered at our southern border.
Now, wait, just hold on a minute. How does Mayorkas and Karine Jean-Pierre, that little muppet, try to convince us that the crossings along the border have actually gone down 65% since the end of Title 42? I don't think so. We still have about 250,000 people coming across the border every month. Here's a perfect example of how they lie with statistics. Now, if they say that the number of border crossers is down 65%, what they don't actually mean is that the number of border crossers is down 65%. They mean the number of people coming across illegally between the ports of entry is down 65%. And that's because those people are now coming across illegally in the ports of entry, through the ports of entry, because they have been pre-cleared by CBP1 using that CBP1 app. So you can look all over Facebook, all over social media. There are groups that are designated to try to help these people figure out how to game the system, try to help them get their appointments through CBP1. And these people are making asylum claims that are almost guaranteed to be denied. They do not have asylum claims. These are economic migrants. That's been proven over and over and over again. And they're coming through the ports of entry rather than between the ports of entry for the most part because the CBP has allowed them to. So they've just changed the rules and changed how they measure border crossers and don't actually count the people who are actually crossing the border illegally in the ports of entry because we have taken their initial asylum claim outside the United States instead of inside the United States. That's how they do it. Here in Tijuana, however, the policy requiring migrants to be pre-cleared to enter the U.S. has led to misery and chaos.
You know, basically the CBP app has been like a smoke screen that it has been created. And ultimately, a lot of people are taking advantage of this CBP app. There has been a lot of corruption and all this kind of situations with the CBP app. But it drags a lot of the migrants to cross through this application. A lot of them, they get in easily on a daily basis. But a lot of them, they get returned back, and then they intend again to go back again to the United States.
My little buddy here is from Haiti, but most of the migrants in this shelter come from Mexico, and they probably have the best chance of anybody of actually making a valid asylum claim in the United States. In the meantime, they're stuck here for months and sometimes longer, but they're doing their own work. The migrants are building on to the shelter, making more housing. The women here are doing the cooking and cooking for each other. But the real question is, how long will it take them to get into the U.S.? And that comes down to waiting for their chance to get into the United States using the CBP1 app. Unfortunately, the app has spawned a new brand of scammer.
The problem right now is that a whole bunch of different organizations and people have found a way how to get through CBP1, and they're charging some kind of money for immigrants, and so there's like some kind of special codes that they get automatic appointments. They're in there and they're promising immigrants, you give us $200 and I will cross you in 2-3 days, guaranteed. Immigrants were giving $1,000, $1,500, $500, and just put me in front of the line and let me cross and everything.
People here say the new system leaves too many in limbo, while allowing others in who have been previously deported.
There's a lot of people that they have been kicked out, deported, or returned back from the United States, and they're intending now to come back through this CBP app. So CBP has been a smokescreen of an option for people that are actually inadmissible to go back into the United States of America.
Similar stories are emerging along the Texas border.
We encountered a group of 11 legal immigrants that just crossed the Rio Grande from Mexico. They were all from Venezuela. We also came across a mother and child from Guatemala. They were turned over to Border Patrol. One of the things that we are seeing, we continue to see here, is these illegal crossings between the ports of entry. And that's why the state of Texas has gone far above and beyond trying to discourage illegal border crossings. We have signs, as you can see right here, placed along the river, concertina wire, boots on the ground, our state troopers, National Guard, all our law enforcement resources trying to discourage and tell these illegal immigrants that crossing the Rio Grande is very dangerous, to go to a port of entry where they can seek asylum.
5 meses esperando.
Their frustrations are that the CBP-1 app is not working. I asked them, why don't you go to a port of entry? Why don't you use the CBP-1 app? And they say they've been waiting in Mexico for months. They've been waiting for an appointment for months, and the CBP-1 app is not working.
So while a federal judge blocked the current rule for the time being, the rules change so frequently, it's unlikely the chaos here on the border will subside anytime soon. From Tijuana, I'm Chuck Holton for CBN News.